All right, hey guys, my name is Shadow, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous here in the 2.3, the Commander's Update. And today, we're going to be taking another look at the Imperial Clipper. Now, last time I did an Imperial Clipper video, it kind of ended on a negative note, and I didn't like that. So today, I have a better Imperial Clipper thing. I have tried this out. It's pretty good. Now, the main thing about this build, as you can see right here, the top speed. 430 meters per second. This is in the live update. The boost speed, 544 meters per second. This is, I don't know if it's the fastest ship in the game, but it's definitely, I don't know, top 5, top 3, something like that. It's up there. It's really fast. It's definitely one of the fastest ships in the game. So this build that we're going to look at today definitely relies on this top speed, and everything is kind of engineered to that end. So this build is kind of similar to the last build that we did, but there are some major changes. So let's go and start with the core internal stuff first, and we'll just go through it. So first we have the military grade composite, which you'd expect to see on a combat build, but let's take a look at the mod that we have on it. So I have lightweight armor on this because the military grade composite weighs a crap load. Now, the lightweight armor mod doesn't reduce the hull the hull armor strength significantly. It's only gone down to 247.8% of its normal, which is 250% here. So not bad. I mean, it can be worse than that. I just happen to get a good roll, so it can be worse, but this isn't worse. But we do have increased resistances on the hull, and that's good. But the main point here is that unmodified, this weighs 60 tons. Currently, it weighs 35.64 tons, which is like a 40% reduction in mass. So that's great. That contributes a lot to this top speed. Now, you can go the other route and do heavy-duty armor, and you probably won't lose too much off of your top speed, but I was really trying to crank out as much speed, trying to like balance speed with combat effectiveness, basically. So that's why I've gone with the lightweight armor here. And I've only gone with grade 4 because when I got to Celine Jean to do the upgrade, I went to go and do grade 5, and I didn't have all the materials. Facepalm. Right, so I just did grade 4, and yeah, but if you're going to go do this, it's easy enough to just do grade 5, so, whatever. But I've been doing fine with grade 4. I have tested this build out. It's really good. It's really good. Grade 4, fine. It's fine, and the shields are pretty good too. We'll get to those in a second. So we have the 6A power plant, and the modification that we have on this is grade 4 overcharge. Now you can go with probably a lighter or a lower grade of overcharged, or you could even go with a different mod altogether, but you are going to need, 30.01 megawatts of power. Well, probably a little bit less because that also includes like both shield cell banks that are in here, and we'll get to those when we go into the optional internals. But this is giving us 32.36 megawatts of available output. And I know what all you guys are saying. Yeah, look at the heat efficiency. Oh, it's terrible. It's not that bad. Guys, I've never had a problem with it. I've tested this out. It's not that bad. It's fine. It's completely manageable. Well, I mean, in fact, you don't really even have to manage it, but it's good. It's good. So, overcharged, grade 4. Boom. So, thrusters. Now, of course, for this, we have dirty drive tuning grade 5. This is absolutely essential because I want this to go as fast as freaking possible. Now, again, overcharge jacks up the heat a little bit, but again, not that bad. Completely manageable, not that bad. So yeah, just grade 5 dirty drive tuning. That's really where most of this 430 meters per second comes from. Is from this mod right here. You got to have this. This is from Professor Palin. He's out in the Pleiades sector. So yeah, just go. If you don't have him unlocked, just like I've said before, it's a 5,000 light year trip one way. So you basically have 10,000 light years to travel if you want to unlock Professor Palin. Just queue up something good on Netflix. In fact, Bill Nye has a new show on Netflix. It's pretty good. You can just watch that while you just jump mindlessly 5,000 light years over and over and over. Anyways, let's move on to the other stuff in the build. So we have the 5A Frameshift Drive, not integral really to a combat build, but of course I have the standard grade 5 increased range thing on here, and that's giving us 21 21.17 light years maximum jump range. So that's like, no cargo, stuff like that. 21.17 light years on the Imperial Clipper. Ah, that's crazy. Yes, so that's awesome. That is a great thing. Now, the 5D life support, of course, I've just gone with the lightweight modification on this. Yeah, I mean, this isn't something that makes a huge difference. I mean, it's only 8 tons to begin with, but I mean, we've knocked off like 5 tons and change here, so that's pretty good. And it's not that big of a deal to do that mod, and if you don't want to do that mod, you don't have to. It's not essential, but it does help a tiny, tiny smidge. So just, it's there. Now the power distributor, I've only got the grade 4 overcharged on here because I was just being lazy and I didn't want to go get exquisite focus crystals. Grade 5 will be slightly better than this. So whereas we have like 27.4 for all our recharge rates right here, like the increased percentage in our recharge rates, with grade 5, you'll have up to like 32% or 35% or something like that. So it's a little bit of an increase if you get that maximum roll. There's always that chance that you could not get that maximum roll and end up with something similar to this or worse, because you can actually get a worse roll on this. You can actually get a worse roll for your grade 5 than these stats if you're rolling at a grade 5. So, take that chance if you want to with your exquisite focus crystals that were very, very hard to come by. So, yeah, anyways, grade 4. Grade 4 is fine. Grade 4 does just fine. I haven't had any problem with it. So, let's move on. Now, the sensors. Last time when we did the Vulture build, we had a long-range sensor upgrade, and that was great. And I've actually been using it in my Anaconda, the long-range sensor upgrade, and it says that the maximum range is like 10 kilometers or something like that. I think I even got less. I think I got like 9 and change kilometers on my Anaconda sensor upgrade. But I've actually been spotting things up to like 13 kilometers away, so that's pretty crazy. However, I haven't done that here, and there's a reason. So what I've done here, I don't know why it's not showing up. Okay, that's weird. Let me actually go back and hit this again. See if it'll show. No, okay. I don't know why it's not showing what upgrade this is, but this is lightweight grade 5, and I've done that because, well, the sensors are heavy. So, well, I mean, they're not that heavy. Again, they're 8 tons, but the thing about long-range sensors is that it also doubles the mass. I mean, it can go from the best increase in mass you can hope to get is 100%, and the worst that you can get is 200% for a mass increase on the long-range sensor upgrade. But I've gone with the grade 5 lightweight, and it's actually taken the mass down to about 2 tons. So that actually is really helpful. I mean, again, that's kind of the same thing with the life support. I mean, it's not that big of a deal if you don't do it, but it is going to give you a couple meters per second, like one or 2, maybe 3, something like that. It adds up. So I mean, the life support, the sensors, these things add up. So, I mean, if you want to do the long range, if you want to, not mess with the life support, if you want to go even like A sensors in here and do long range on it, you can totally do that. Just be aware that it's going to affect your top speed a little. Well, it depends on what you do. I mean, if you go with A, I mean, that's heavier sensors anyways. I use D because it's the lightest weight class, and then I also do the lightweight modification, so it makes it even lighter. So basically, it's not that much stuff in here, and we get a higher top speed. So anyways, let's look at the optional internal modules now. This is where some of the cool stuff is. So just like on the Vulture, we've taken a page right out of that Vulture build, and we've gone with the bi-weave shields. Of course, this is the class 7 shield generator, but again, this is the same mod that we did on the Vulture. I have the thermal resistant shields on here. Man, does this work really good. Now, I will straight up admit to you guys, I have not tested this against like an Anaconda. I have tested this against like everything but an Anaconda, and we're going to do another video where we test this, because this is the one where we just go over the build. But we are going to do a video where we test this, and hopefully we'll get into a fight with an Anaconda or something in that video. But just prior to making this video, I haven't tested this against an Anaconda. But when we were doing the Vulture, we did test that against Anacondas, and it worked really well, so I have no reason to think it shouldn't work as well here. The only difference is that this actually has somewhat less shield strength than that Vulture did, so we only have 523.3 for a total shield strength, and that's also with shield boosters, which we'll talk about right after the internal the optional internal modules here. So anyways, thermal resistant grade 5, which is a pretty easy upgrade to get the mats for, honestly, and it gives us pretty decent increase in thermal resistance, 61% and some change. Yeah, that's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. So yeah, like lasers and stuff, meh, they can go away. Anyways, so shield cell banks, I did rapid charge on these. It works okay. So we have rapid charge grade 3. Now in the beta, when we were doing shield cell bank upgrades, there was grade 4. Yet, I've only seen grade 3 available from Laurie Jameson. If there's another engineer who upgrades shield cell banks, please let me know in the comments so I can go get that engineer and get grade 4 on my shield cell banks. Because I don't actually know where to get that grade 4, or if that's even an actual thing on the live server. I don't know why they would put grade 4 in the beta and then not have it in the live server. So it's weird. But for the time being, grade 3, because that's all I'm aware of. So if you guys are aware of grade 4, please make me aware of that down in the comments. Yes, awesome, thank you. So the class 6 and the class 4 are both rapid charge. So pretty much the same thing. It works okay. The only problem is, like with specialized, we get that heat reduction. With rapid charge, it just works a little faster, but the heat still spikes way up, so you just need to use these sparingly. However, with the Biweave shield generator, I've found that we really don't have to use shield cells all that often. It's good to have them. It's still good to have the shield cells, but if you guys are going to try this build out, you may not actually need both of these shield cell banks. Yeah, so we'll see how it works in the next video when we actually test this out and stuff, but just from my own personal experience with this, we may not actually need both shield cell banks. So, next thing is the 4A fuel scoop, just because that's good to have when we're traveling around. We have a pretty long jump range, so it's okay to like take this ship places and do other things with it, which is the same reason that we have a 2G planetary vehicle hangar in this, because it has such a long jump range, and it's so versatile that, I mean, why limit it to combat? I mean, having this in here, yeah, okay, it's going to bring down the speed a little bit. I mean, it's 6 tons of mass, but, I mean, let's see what happens if we sell it. Okay, we get 1 more meter per second if we sell this. Yeah, I'm willing to make that sacrifice, but if you guys want that meter per second, well, you don't necessarily need this. It's just something I like to have to increase the versatility. Now, I've also been including collector limpet controllers in larger ships like this lately because, well, sometimes you want to go and pick up mats for stuff and you don't want to just have to fly very carefully into it with the cargo scoop. And I mean, when you're out blowing stuff up, they're dropping stuff anyways, so why not bring along some limpets, which you now don't get attacked for just carrying limpets into a resource extraction site. And then you can just pick up stuff, which is also why we have a little cargo rack in here. So, yeah, you can carry some limpets. Well, you can carry 8 limpets in your 3E cargo rack. And then, of course, the last thing on the optional internal here is the Advanced Discovery Scanner. I'm not doing the Halo song. You guys can go watch the video where I did the Halo thing. I'm not doing it now. But there it is, the Advanced Discovery Scanner, best part of every build. Now, we'll go talk about our shield boosters and stuff. Well, you know what? Let's talk about the shield boosters last for this part, and we'll start with this kill warrant scanner. So, I've done the fast scan modification on the kill warrant scanner here. However, I've only done grade 3. Guys, let me know where to get the grade 5 of this. This is what Laurie Jameson can do. I haven't actually checked other engineers because I just went to Laurie Jameson and I assumed that she could do grade 5, and I didn't go read like the patch notes or anything like that, which I'm sure it says in the patch notes or whatever where you can get the grade 5. I'm sure it does, but just let me know in the comments. That would be much easier than me having to go read all that stuff. I'm sure at least one of you guys watching knows and can let me know in the comments. And then next time we check out this build, which will probably be in the next video where we do some combat, we could probably have grade 5 on the scanner. Anyways, grade 3 is pretty good because it only takes like 4 seconds or something now. I mean, when we did grade 5 on that vulture, wow, that was so awesome. That was so awesome, guys. I was really impressed with that. And this is almost as good. It's almost as good. It's not as good. I'm going to say that. It's not as good, but it's almost as good. So, grade 5 in the scanner. It doesn't... does this increase the mass? No, it doesn't increase the mass. In fact, I think it decreased the mass slightly. Oh, yeah. Not very much. But, yeah, a little bit. Anyways, now let's talk about the shield boosters. So, what shield boosters do we have on here? Well, we have one shield booster with heavy-duty shield boosters. So that's giving us a little bit more shield strength because it kind of sucks without it. So, well, I mean, it sucks with it, but it sucks less. What? Well, yeah, okay, it sucks less. Anyway, so the next one we have is just a general resistance augmented. Grade 5, of course. That gives us some plus 12 resistances all across the thing here. So, yeah, because pretty much, other than that, we just have thermal protection and stuff. And then, of course, because the shield generator is a thermal resistant shield generator, this is a thermal resistant shield booster. So it gives us even more thermal resistance. Plus we have that, resistance augmented one, so that does too, a little bit. And I have that resistance augmented one in there because this actually lowers our kinetic and explosive resistances. So, yeah, I just have that one to kind of balance it out a little bit so we're not in the negative. I mean, we wouldn't be in the negatives anyways, but it's there. It's there, that's what I did. So, okay. Now, for the last part, the hard points, let's take a look at the weapons. So we basically have my favorite weapons in here, all of them. That's what we have. We have 4 beam lasers, 2 large, 2 medium, all with efficient weapon, grade 5, the greatest weapon modification in the history of this freaking game. It's so awesome. I love this freaking modification. Thank you, Frontier Development, for this. Greatest thing you ever put in the game. And if you take that modification out, I will come to your house and put a chinchilla in your bathtub and just turn the water on and put some hot pepper in there, and then I'll mix it all up and just that's what I'm going to do if you take that modification out. I watch great TV. Leave me alone. Anyways, that's what we have for all the weapons. It's all the same, so I'm not going to go over every single one of them, but that's pretty much the entire build. So, if you guys want to know what livery I have on here, let's take a look. So, I didn't actually put livery on the SRV, so we won't actually look at that. But for the Imperial Clipper here, for the decals, it's just the Combat Rank Elite. The ship's name is the Vengeful Spirit. If you guys know what that's from, let me know down in the comments. I will give you a hint. Warhammer 40k. Well, I mean, okay, yeah, it's from Warhammer 40k, but, I mean, if you know what specifically in Warhammer 40k it's from, let me know down in the comments. Just because that's cool. I don't know, because you'd be like, in the know. Yeah. Okay. Then the ship ID, MS06S. Let me know if you know what that's from, down in the comments. The nameplates I'm using are the Pirate 3 White, that's for both sides, and the ID thing I'm using is the Boundary Double White, same for both sides. The paint job is the Black Friday paint job, which I believe is only available, I think it's available every Black Friday, but it's only available on like Black Friday weekend, I think, something like that. So if you don't have this, I think you can still get it, but you can only get it then. Because you can't get it now, but I don't know if it's gonna come up again or if it won't. I don't know. So if it doesn't, and I said it did, I'm sorry. But yeah. Anyways, that's the paint job. It's much blacker than the tactical black one, which I have in here. We can take a look at it and compare. Let's see. The tactical graphite is the black one. So yeah, it's way blacker than the tactical graphite, which is that one. But yeah, so I like that because it's fairly black and it contrasts all the white things pretty nicely. And then for the dashboard icon, we have our little anaconda bobblehead. And of course, we have the red weapon color, and I haven't actually seen any engine detailing things available in the store yet. Let me know if you guys have and I just missed them, or something like that. Also, before I end this video, there's some new ship kits available for the Asp and the Cobra Mark III. They're like Raider type things. I thought they looked kind of cool, but I was kind of on the fence about them. However, if you guys want to see videos about those things, let me know that down in the comments, and then I'll stop being on the fence about them, and I'll probably get I'll get at least the ASP one and do a video about it. I don't know if I'll get the Cobra Mark III one, because I never fly that ship, but I do fly the ASP a lot, so we could take a look at that if that's something that you guys would be interested in seeing. So yeah, let me know down in the comments. Other than that, that's pretty much going to do it for this video, guys. So let me know what you thought down in the comments. Like it if you like it if you dislike it. That's it for me, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.